Hey, hi, hello, what's up you guys? My name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to be doing a project pan update. So I'm going to go through all my project pans and update them for you all to see. I update on Instagram as well, but this is just going to be a more in-depth like overview of that. And I'm going to update my a newer project that I started doing as well. I haven't updated that on IG yet, so surprise, surprise over here. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. Be sure that you're subscribed and you ring the bell before you leave, just so that you're notified of all my future uploads. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Alright, so we're going to kind of run this video in the same style as the other ones. I will put in the corner here when we're doing Project Pan, PTP, and then Pan That Creams, just so you guys know. If you want to skip around, I advise you grab your coffee, mine's almost gone, or a beverage, whatever you want to do. I'm on antibiotics, so no alcohol for me. But anyway, okay, so Project Pan update is what we have first. When I last update you guys, I had 5 items. I am now down to 4 items. What I still have left is what we'll go through first, and then I will go through what I had emptied and do some close-up stuff. Anyways, so the never-ending bronzer is still never-ending, you guys. I'll insert a picture of what it looked like during the last update, and I'm pretty sure it looked like this. I did change my strategy up with this a little bit. I was initially just like working in the spot to try and expand the pan, but I wasn't really seeing any progress that way. So what I did was I've just started like using the whole pan all out and around, and I'm just gonna kind of wear it down as a whole. So maybe that will help. I don't know. I really don't think that I'm going to be able to finish this by the end of the year. It's actually insane to me how much I've used this bronzer this year and how little progress we've made. And I will say over the past like month or two, I've been in such a cream place that I haven't really been reaching for powders, which you'll see later in a project that I'm doing. But yeah, I love this bronzer, and honestly, I've made my peace with it. I probably won't finish it, and that's okay. And you know, it's not like something that I'm like, man, I just want to get this out of my collection. Like, that's not why I'm panning it. I chose to pan this one because it is I'm like 99.9%. Yeah. This is currently the oldest bronzer in my collection, which is why I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and let's like focus on this, you know. I've had this bronzer, how long? We've been here a year and a half. I would say 2.5 years, maybe pushing 3. I mean, it still performs great. I'm wearing it today. I love it, blends out really nice. So it's just something that I was working on because it was the oldest one. But yeah, so still doing its thing, still holding on, not budging. She's a stubborn gal. Let me tell you, she's a stubborn gal. The next one is the Kylie Cosmetics. This is the gloss that I rolled in during the last update. I've only used this probably 4 or 5 times as like a topper. And I know it looks like I still have quite a bit left, but realistically, when you pull this big old doe foot out and then if you let it like settle, there is so much less product in there. Like, I venture to say we probably are like down in this point. So it's just one that like I haven't like, I don't know. I'll tell you what happened. I got this Milani matte lip that I'm wearing right now, shade 61, and it's all I ever want to fucking wear. So I haven't really been wearing any of my other lippies because this is so good. Like, why don't people talk about this more? Like, I'm like, it's like the most comfortable matte formulation, and this shade is just, I love it on me. So yeah, I haven't been able to put this down, so this has been getting neglected, but hopefully next update we'll have a little bit more progress with it. The next item is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. As you guys can see, we've made a little bit of progress on this since my last update. I'll mark it after we're done chatting about it. But I've made some progress. I hate this for setting the face. It's the hyaluronic acid setting mist. This just breaks my makeup up and makes it look like trash. So, and I don't normally support hate panning, but listen, I hate this product. However, it serves a purpose. I use this to like wet my eyeshadow brush. Why waste good setting spray that I love on my face when I could use this piece of shit? So that's why it's taking so long, because I primarily, I use this to like, wet my brush. That's all I use it for. So making progress slowly but surely. I will finish this by the end of the year. When? Too soon to tell. Too soon to tell. And then the other product that's still left in this is the Physicians Formula Highlight. This one's in the shade Rose Gold. I will attach a picture up here because this is what it looked like this morning when I took the photos, and then when I update it, like that's, what it's going to look like in the update. However, then I decided to repress around the sides because I'll show you guys. Well, if you can see, like in the picture, it was like built up on the edges. So it was like kind of like getting crumbly, and I didn't want it to crumble and break out. So then what I did today was I just like kind of took a depotting tool and brought it out and then pressed it down. So it's like I kind of repressed it, but I only repressed this little bit right here because I smushed it down onto there so I could use it and it wouldn't crumble. And then that's the part I'm gonna focus on so that it hopefully doesn't, break away and whatnot, because I really do love this highlighter. I really do. So yeah, still working on this. The next item was a finished item, and I already threw it away, so I will attach a picture. But it was the Tarte Shape Tape Powder Foundation. I love this ish. I have it in, so that shade that I panned was always a bit too dark for me unless I was really tan, which, as much as I hate to admit it, I haven't really been that tan the last 2 years. I just haven't. Like, I don't go to the tanning beds anymore. And then, last year I was kind of tan because of COVID and I was outside a lot. But then this year, I don't know where you guys are at, but where I'm at, this summer, all it's done is fucking rain. Like, I've barely been in the sun. So, like, all my, like, summer shades aren't being used. I'm still, like, I'm, like, one notch above my summer shades right now. So I actually picked up, so I have the Fair Light Neutral shade, which is my winter shade. And then I picked up the 22N, which is light neutral. So now I have two shades that are pretty good for me, whereas this shade was just like a smidge too deep. So I do love the product. It was just like a shade issue the majority of the time. So I went ahead and I finished it up and I panned it, and woohoo, and I have two more open and ready to roll. Honestly, I love it. I haven't tried a whole lot of other powder foundations. If you have like a favorite like powder foundation recommendation you want to leave me, go ahead and leave me that in the comments. I don't know if I'll try it because I'm in love with mine, and yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna stop now before I get on some other random tangent. But yes, that is my project pan update. I didn't roll anything in this time. I thought about rolling in my e.l.f. Duo. This is probably about the same amount old, 2.5, maybe 3 years. I got this like free with purchase. It's the Rosy Flush. I just use this blush shade over here. I don't know what this is trying to do, but it's like not a bronzer, not a setting powder. I don't know what this is trying to do, but I love this shade. That's a blush shade that I'm actually wearing today, and I've been reaching for it a lot. So this is like, so I was thinking about rolling it in, but then I was like, you know what? I'm loving using it. If I roll it in, I don't want to like stop using it. Like, I think it might get more use if it's not in the project. Know what I'm saying? Get what I'm throwing down. If you're a panner, you know how that goes sometimes. You put it in a project and all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to fucking use that. Like, I don't use that, So I was like, you know what? We're gonna let it be. Maybe the next update I will roll something else in. So moving on to my Pan That Palette update. If you are new here, the Tati Beauty palette is my PTP. This is another one this was chosen by my IG followers to use this as my PTP. I was honestly so sad because I love this palette. I never want it to be gone, ever. I love it so much. But also it's really allowed me to get comfortable with it, get a lot of use out of it. So I'm really trying to be more mindful of using those products that I love and not just like saving them for an occasion while they expire. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, well, so since the last update, I've hit 3 new pans and finished a shade. So this shade right here doesn't actually belong in this palette. I actually pulled it from another palette just so that I would have a good setting shade, base shade, that sort of thing. So I actually completely finished the Aura shade. And then I also hit pan in this Poet shade here. And this is the metallic finish. I hit pan in this one. And then I hit pan in the metallic memory shade, which is the black. And then I also hit pan in the Soothe Glitter. So this one right here. So yeah, this palette is honestly looking so good. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 more pans. And yeah, if you guys want to check out like my whole journey with this palette, it's on my Instagram. It's under my guides for my PTP, and you'll be able to see every update that I've updated thus far throughout the year. So what is that? 7 updates. This palette has come such a long way, and it just looks so dang beautiful. Those pink shades are going to be really hard for me. I think I've talked about this before. I just don't really gravitate toward like pinks like that. So I don't know. They both have some pretty decent use on them. Not that you can really tell. And then also the Story shade, this orange shade. I love this, but I'm just like, I'm not feeling very orangey right now because it's like summer and it just like feels more fall to me. So like I've been using it here and there, but like not super consistently, which I'll be honest, I've kind of like really taken a break from this, if I'm being completely honest with you. I'm surprised that I hit the amount of pans that I did hit, just because like I think it was to previous use was paying off, because I didn't really use it that much last month. And this month I've only used it a handful of times as well. So I had really kind of been focusing on this Ritual glitter shade, because it's something that when I go to court for work, I always do a neutral eye. And that's something that can add a little bit of pizzazz to it. So I've really been taking advantage of it for that. And it has a little bit of a dip in it. But I don't know. I might do a poll on my IG and have everyone pick like a focus shade. And then that's what I will focus on trying to incorporate into looks. Because I think it's at the point where like I'm going to be needing to pick a focus shade, because the shades are feeling kind of tough for me right now, if that makes sense. But yeah, still really proud of the progress in this. And when I do hit pan in all of the shades, I am going to swap it out for another palette, I've decided. And I put in my last update, I was hoping to be able to hit all the pans by September, the September update. So 1, 2, so 2 more updates, 2 months. So that's why I'm like, I need to get focused. I need to buckle down. I need to just, you know, bust it out. But I'm also just like not really feeling it, and I don't want to have to like force myself to use anything. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do a focus shade over on my IG. So if you don't follow me there, my handle is in the bio. It's the same as it is over here. Feel free to come join the family, vote, get involved. And yeah, okay, so the next and the last thing I'm doing, I just called this Pan That Cream. I don't know, I just was like, I just want to hit pans in some of my creams, because those tend to go bad a little bit faster. So I wanted to give some focus to those, and I had been hitting a lot of pans in my creams before. So I just wanted to focus on a few of them that were a little bit older. It's not like an official project. There's no like tag or handle or anything like that, but I'm just calling it Pan That Cream because I am panning that cream. So I want to show you like the pans that kind of like led up to me wanting to do this, and then I'll show you the pan that I hit recently. I haven't updated it like I mentioned on my IG, but I will at some point. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So I had recently hit pan on 3 creams, which made me want to really just kind of like pursue hitting pan in some of my creams. I had hit pan on the Tower 28 Bronzino. I have the shade West Coast. This has a lot of really great use in it. I love this. It's like my go-to that I reach for as far as like my cream bronzers. So I had hit pan in this in June, and it really made me want to focus on some of my other creams. So then I started pretty religiously using my half-caked creams. I have the shade You're So Last Summer and Morning View. I really love these. I got a ton of use out of them when I first got them. Like, literally couldn't put them down. And then I rotated them into my bi-weekly makeup basket because I was like, wow, these are like pretty worn down. I bet I could hit pan relatively quickly. And I was able to. I don't know if you, okay, there we go. But yeah, so I hit pan in this one first, You Were So Last Summer. This one is my favorite, to be honest. I love this one. It's like, it's pretty warm, but I love this one. And then I hit pan in the Morning View, which was, I was like, you know what, let's like make it a project. Let's add some others. So I added my Tom Ford bronzer, and then I added my 2 Honest Beauty blushes because these are the oldest creams in my collection. I got them, I want to say kind of like spring of last year. And I don't really, I mean, it says shelf life is 12 months. Majority of makeup lasts longer than that. With creams though, I want to kind of keep an eye on them because last year was when I first started playing with creams. So I don't know like how much longer they last or if they go off quicker or, you know, so I'm just like, I want to really make sure I get some use out of them because I love them. So yeah, I have the shade Peony Pink, and I don't know, you guys probably can't, well, there we go. See that dip? Like, I have a pretty nice dip in this, and I haven't panned one of these yet, so I don't really know how close I am or not close I am to pan, but this is getting a pretty nice dip. I was using this like super religiously for like a week and a half, and I've kind of, I was on the cream train, and now I'm like kind of stepping back from the cream train. Might get back on it. I don't really know yet, you know. Just depends on the vibe. And then this one is in the shade Coral Peach. And this has like quite a bit of good use. It's like getting ready to start having a nice dip, but it's not quite there yet. But yeah, those two are, when I use a cream, I've been trying to focus on those, even though I have some new favorites. I'm trying to remember to use these and just be like more mindful of them. And then, like I mentioned, I have my Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Intensity 0.5. I had this in there because this, like, listen, this is my favorite cream bronzer. Okay, you guys, it is so good. I hit pan in it. Okay. I got this through Influencer, and I fucking love it. And I hate that I love it because it's so damn expensive, right? And so then I like wasn't using it because I'm like, well, I'm not going to repurchase that because I don't like this side and I don't use this side, and it's just insanity to pay $80 when you know you're only going to use this half of it. Like, insanity. I wish that they would come out with singles. Throat's getting dry. But yeah, I wish that they would come out with singles. I just, like, so annoying to me that they don't, because if they came out with a single of this and it was like $40, I would still fucking buy it. I would buy it. Like, that's how much I love this bronzer, right? It's just, it's literally perfect. The shade is great. It just melts into the skin. It blends like a goddamn dream. It's so good that it pains me that it has to come with this other side. It really does. It pains me, you guys. It pains me. But yeah, that's the pan. I'll show you guys a little swatch. It just, gosh, it just melts to the skin so nicely. Like, it's beautiful. So yeah, I was like, you know what? This bronzer, like, I'm going to use every last drop of it. I am not going to let this expire and go to waste. So I had this on heavy rotation. I was using it like every day. I was able to hit the pan in it. It's one that I'm going to keep on my vanity as well, because it's not the oldest cream bronzer. This one is. I've had this for a long time, since like last spring. Whenever they first launched it, I got it shortly after that. But I want to keep this one up on my vanity just because I want to make sure that I get the full use out of this like gorgeous product before it goes bad. Otherwise, I'm going to be like fucking pissed. I just don't know about this like illuminate side. One, it's like kind of gross because it with the brown, you know, and then it just like doesn't really, like, I put it right over here. It doesn't really do anything. It just like makes your face look greasy. And I don't know about you, but I don't want that. That's not what I want. I don't want to look greasy. I don't need any help looking greasy. You know, my oils they'll take care of that. So yeah, that's just a little like pan those creams project I'm doing. So right now I just have 2 blushes in it. And then I recently got another cream bronzer from the cream shop, but like this isn't really a panning one. This is like a super interesting thing that I haven't tried yet. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that. Sorry, this one was a little bit longer. I haven't filmed in like 2 weeks because I had the bronch, which I will talk about in Thursday's video during Get Ready With Me. So I'm just like feeling extra chatty. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's all for me today, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.